We here at Suggestive Gaming receive games through Keymailer from time to time. Recently, we accepted a key for Unbound Worlds Apart, which was given to us by the developer Alien Pixel Studios, so keep that in mind. In the description, you can find out more about the game and its creators. Unbound Worlds Apart is a 2D platformer set in a mystical world. It features an interesting portal mechanic that creates various approaches to navigate obstacles in the game. The player can summon these interdimensional portals to pass enemies, find alternate ways through obstacles, reverse gravity, among other things. Once you start Unbound Worlds Apart, you are dropped right into the game with a vague sense of what the first task is. As you wander around the initial area, you can learn that your character's name is Soli and that your first objective is being sent out to find an item called a patty bulb for a ceremony being performed in your village. As Soli leaves the village to begin his quest, he witnesses his home being destroyed by some unknown evil. Going back to his village to investigate, Soli falls underground where he finds a stone that gives him an ability to summon portals. Continuing underground, Soli learns from some wise being that he is the last hope to save his village from this evil, named Arwen. Getting into the gameplay itself, the controls feel very natural and caused me very little frustration while maneuvering obstacles. Even while learning about some of the game's mechanics on the fly, I was able to satisfyingly push through some certain segments. You could jump, move blocks, use moving platforms, and climb. Most of these characteristics usually found themselves coupled with the portal summoning ability. The portal summoning ability, while being the central mechanic to the game, fleshed out in the level design. Some level segments required the portal to be summoned in a certain spot to be the most impactful, and other times I could rush through portions with no issue. While using the reverse gravity mechanic for the portal, I received great enjoyment trying to solve side puzzles by flying around the level, quickly changing the gravity. There are portions of the game where the portal ability doesn't work. The art and music created a visually appealing environment that made it fun to explore areas while questing. The depth in the backdrop made some levels feel much grander in size. This combined with the background noise made traversing the world, which is falling apart by evil, very soothing. The character designs and artwork felt very fresh, even considering the animation felt a bit off at some points. If inclined, I could talk to NPCs on the map and learn more about the world. During some segments, I did have trouble with landing on platforms. I also had a certain segment where I had to push a block to escape an enemy, but after getting a checkpoint and dying, the block went back to its original position, making it difficult to go back through the part. Furthermore, some timed events didn't have much indication of an action to take. One of my biggest disagreements with the game was the fact that all enemies in the game seemed unkillable and would insta-kill me. I must wish there was a way to attack certain enemies with the portal somehow. If I were to remove the portal mechanic that this game seems to revolve around, I think there is still an interesting base game. With a solid foundation in the artwork, character design, sound design, story, and gameplay, the portal mechanic just makes it more fun to play. There are some shortcomings in my opinion with tough enemies, issues landing on platforms, and remembering my game decisions, but I'm excited to see how the game developer changes the game once it's fully released. Note that the following score does not represent the overall quality of the game, but rather how much I recommend checking the game out based on my first impressions. And admittingly, the demo given to me by the developer through Keymailer only lasted about 30 minutes, so there wasn't a whole lot I was able to experience. With that being said, 3 out of 5 recommended. Hello everybody, thanks for watching this impression video. I would like to thank our patrons, some grass clippings, William Matherts, Kai M, Stephen Cassada, and TUM. Also our channel member, Tom Callahan.
Hey Susie.